Okay, time for a new video, and whether you are somebody new to my channel or you are returning to my channel to watch this video, it is greatly appreciated. As always, I'm filming this video in one go, so if I stumble over my words moving forwards, apologies about that, and also if the quality of this video is fairly poor as well, if there's any lag, anything like that at all, sadly it cannot be helped, and hopefully it is not too much of an issue for you. I also have the fan on in the background, so if you hear some whirring, it is probably that. But you've seen the title of this video. Today I am not really discussing anything Eurovision related, but I am going to be talking about my Eurovision related channel and the future of it. And I've wanted to film a video like this for quite some time now, but I didn't really know how to go about it, and I've been thinking a lot more about this video over the past couple of days, wanting to film it and all of that, and deciding what should I mention, what shouldn't I mention, etc, etc. So this is going to be a big ramble, because I haven't made a script or anything. But I'm very interested to know your thoughts on this channel in general, and I will mention more of that moving forwards. I should take this opportunity to say that, as always, there are links in the description to my other social media pages. Check them out if you so wish. And actually, I am going to begin with those other social media pages, because they do tie in with what I do on YouTube as well. So, in the description below, you will find links to an array of different platforms. There's my Facebook writing page, that's what I call it. It's essentially a page where I just share links, occasionally to my YouTube content, but also my original writing. Not much has been posted on there for some time, because I haven't actually been doing a lot of original writing, which is very frustrating. But if you want to essentially keep up to date with a bit of everything, that's the place to go. And I've had that page for a number of years. There's also my Twitter page, or my X page, which just sounds rubbish. I don't really use Twitter that much, I never have. I've had an account for a long time, and really the only time I ever use it somewhat frequently is around the time of Eurovision. Otherwise, I'm just scrolling through it occasionally, looking at stuff that doesn't really interest me a great deal, to be honest. But I have an account, and you can give it a follow if you so wish. There's also two Instagram pages that I have, one that I co-run. There's my personal Instagram page, which is simply my name, I think, and that shows you how often I use it. But that is where I post my original work, most of it. I did have an Instagram page, but for some reason, they deleted it without warning, and I haven't been able to recover it, despite getting in touch with them. So I had to create a new page, and so far, it's ticking along quite nicely. But because I haven't been doing a lot of original writing, that page has been suffering a little bit of late. The other page, rajc.esc, is the Eurovision related Instagram page that I co-run with my good friend Peter. Peter has been in one of my videos before. Earlier this year, he was with me in Liverpool when we watched the screening of the final of this year's contest at the Eurovision Village on Pier Head. He was in that video, excuse me, and it was his idea to create that page about a year ago. And for the first couple of months, he was doing everything. I was telling him what to post, and he was designing all of the posts. And then eventually I sort of took over, which I think was always going to be the plan anyway. Earlier this year, Peter went over to Asia for a little bit, so I had to be in control of everything. And it was during that really busy time of national finals, where we had about 4 or 5 on one Saturday night. So I was really trying to be on the ball with it and everything. But it's very much a collaborative page, and we've already discussed what our posts are going to look like moving forwards into 2024. We're really happy with the amount of followers we have, even though it's a small number, and we're really happy with the way that our page looks. So if you fancy giving it a follow, you're very welcome too. We are nearing 100 followers, which seems like such a small number, but it would be a lovely little milestone for that page, for both of us. Then there is my blog. I've had my blog since I was an undergraduate student, so we're going back over a decade here. And the reason I created the blog in the first place is because I studied journalism a little bit, and my lecturer said it might be a good idea to have a blog. He said that to all of us. So I created one, didn't use it for ages, and then in 2012, I think it was, that's when I started posting a little bit more frequently. However, the blog over the past few years has definitely moved into pretty much solely Eurovision content, but earlier this year I just sort of stopped, and it wasn't because I was suffering from burnout or anything like that. I just couldn't be bothered anymore. And the thing is, even though I do promote my blog pretty heavily around the time of Eurovision, nobody ever really looks at it, which is a shame, but it is what it is. And when I spoke to my friend Peter about this ages ago, and a few other friends as well, they said, well, nobody really reads blogs anymore. Whether that's true or not, I don't know. But the blog is there, and I haven't posted on it for months. But I do want to get back into it at some point. Originally, it was for my original writing, but I haven't posted anything original on there, besides Eurovision related content and what have you, for a long time. If you scroll back far enough, you will find very short stories and old university stuff and what have you as well. But for a long time, the blog has been neglected, and I really don't know how the blog is going to look moving forwards. I think there's a couple of other links in the description below, but I can't remember what they are. There is my poetry page, which I've had also since I was an undergraduate student. I don't really use that too much anymore. A, because I'm not writing too much at the moment, and also because the website really isn't that great. It's not maintained terribly well. And my poetry doesn't really get much attention on there in the way that it used to. Then, of course, there is this channel. I've finally reached the point of this damn video, talking about my channel. Now, I've had a YouTube channel since about 2009, but I didn't start uploading videos until about 5 or 6 years ago, and I enjoy making videos, I really do. And this is not me saying, this is the end, goodbye, farewell. This is not me saying that. Something that actually bugs me for some reason is when YouTubers I like just disappear off the face of the earth, and you never hear from them again. The amount of times it has happened recently is bizarre. But anyway, that's besides the point. I am not leaving YouTube. I'm going to continue making videos moving forwards, but I've been thinking quite a bit about the format of the videos, how they look, how they're presented, etc, etc. And this is where your input could be really valuable. So I'm thinking of this video really as a bit of a questionnaire survey type thing, where I'm getting feedback from you, dear viewers, as to how this channel will look and feel in the future, because I always think of this channel really as much yours as it is mine, if you see what I mean. I made a video a few months back where I asked you questions and I went through your answers, Eurovision related questions, in a video, and that was really fun, and I'd like to do something like that again moving forward. So this really is, I feel, a bit of a collaborative channel, absolutely. So I'm really interested in your feedback. Now, what was I saying? Well, my channel, I've never really given it much thought, to be honest with you. Maybe I have neglected it all these years. I don't really know why. It is what it is. I'm not going to sit here and say that I am a computer whiz and a YouTube genius. Far from it. My videos could not be more amateurish. I don't edit them because I can't be bothered, and I don't really know too much about editing software anyway. I haven't got anything to really edit them on. I never put any fancy transitions or music or anything like that in my videos, which I know is a bit crap, and my channel would probably grow a little bit quite quickly, if you see what I mean, if I had those things. But even if I did have the know-how, I'm still not sure I'd really include that stuff. I don't know. I quite like the down-to-earth feel of my channel, the way that they are sort of freewheeling, no script, just go with the flow. I quite like that because it feels like you're sitting down with a mate discussing something that you're really passionate about. That's the way I want my videos to be, and I like watching other people's videos that are in this way as well, although they are few and far between, I would say. I think the main thing that I've been thinking about with this channel is, yeah, just the presentation, because I feel as though a lot of videos that I filmed over the past year haven't been that great, by which I mean I sound like a prat. And I feel like I repeat myself too many times, and I forget to mention things, and I make mistakes. If I'm talking about a particular song, I might get the artist's name wrong, or something trivial like that. And then I think about it afterwards, and I'm like, damn it, I'm not refilming it, it's uploaded now. It's there forever, unless I delete it. So things like that bug me, and that got me thinking about maybe I should have some sort of script or bullet points, and sometimes I do have bullet points, but I still forget things. And then I was thinking about different types of videos moving forwards, because at the moment we're still in the off season. One thing I do want to do is revisit the ongoing series where I take a look back at the Eurovision Song Contest of old. So I've been doing this for ages. I think I'm up to 1998 or something like that, so really not that long ago in the grand scheme of things. But I'm moving backwards in time. And that series has been very sporadic for a very long time, about 3 or 4 years now, and I really want to get cracking with it because I definitely have neglected the past of the ESC. I haven't really spoken about the 70s or 60s or even the 50s whatsoever on my channel, and I think that's a real shame. I don't see many Eurovision related YouTubers talk about those years either, so I think there is a gap there for somebody to come along and really talk about those contests. I'm not saying that I'm the only one or I would be the only one, but I definitely want to look at those older contests, and I think it would be a lot of fun as well. And I also just want to become a lot more knowledgeable about the contest in general. I'm not super clued up about Eurovision about 1990. I know the songs, I've watched the contests, I know how 99% of the performances looked on stage and sounded and everything, but I'd like to know more. There's always more to know, and definitely there are hardcore fans out there. I've said this before on my channel, I am not a hardcore fan. There are people out there on places like Twitter and what have you. They are the hardcore fans. They know everything, it seems. And it's very, very impressive. I'm very interested in stats and everything. I'd like to make more videos like that moving forwards, but there's a few YouTubers out there who are doing it a lot better than I ever would. So maybe I'll just leave them to it. But I am interested in stat-related videos and stats on Twitter and everything. That's very interesting to me. And ages ago I filmed a video talking about wanting to find out information about the older contests, lost information, 1956 and all of that, and going through online newspaper archives and what have you, and I am still doing that occasionally, but again, there's people out there who are doing it a lot better than me, so I might just leave them to it. I don't really know. In terms of other video ideas, I've been filming this sort of series recently where I mention a couple of countries and then I work out which country comes out on top. So I did the Nordic nations, I did the Big Five. I may be doing another group of nations at some point very soon. Let me know if you're interested in that. I'd also like to make a video focusing on Luxembourg because they're returning for the first time since the year I was born next year, so that's quite exciting. It would be nice to sort of delve into Luxembourg's illustrious history in the ESC because they have won plenty of times. I'd also like to make videos talking about smaller nations at Eurovision. I think I made a video a long time ago about Iceland. Did I do that? I think I did. And also Andorra, but I'd like to do another one maybe focusing on Cyprus, Malta, Azerbaijan, Armenia, Georgia, you know, smaller nations. I think that would be pretty interesting. And again, it would enhance my knowledge, and it would be great to revisit some of the songs and performances and learn about the national finals. Definitely, I'd like to make more videos focusing on national finals, talking about great old national final songs. Absolutely, because so many of those songs are long forgotten, but keeping them in the spotlight, I suppose, for want of a better phrase, I think that would be a really nice thing to do. So let me know if you're interested in that as well. Maybe making several videos about the Sanremo Music Festival, which is older than Eurovision. Maybe making a whole bunch of videos about Melfest, or Songverkeppnin, or Eesti Laul, national finals that I really enjoy. That might be something to think about moving forwards. Obviously, later in the year I'll be reacting, well, more early next year I'll be reacting to the 2024 entries and national final contenders, and as always I'll be listening to snippets of the songs in a recap video that somebody else has uploaded to YouTube, and I will give you my initial thoughts on what I hear, and then in my own time I'll listen to the songs in full, and I will end up with certain favourites, and then I'll discuss those songs more in a future video on my channel, if you see what I mean. Let me know if you like that format or not, because a lot of people do it that way, but a lot of people also listen to every single national final song and just upload video after video after video, which is fine, but it's not something that I really want to do. I haven't got the time for it, I haven't got the motivation for it. If anything, I'd get bored with doing it, especially if the quality of the national final songs isn't that high. So yeah, do let me know if you want that format to change or not. And also, with regards to my videos, I suppose it is that thing of forgetting things, missing things out, skirting around the point that I'm actually trying to make. I don't know. I watch a lot of Eurovision-related YouTubers. Not many of them are uploading at the moment, of course, but I do watch a lot of Eurovision YouTubers, and you can watch a video on my channel where I mention an absolute ton of them. I filmed it ages ago, Eurovision-related YouTubers that I watch, etc. I can't remember the name of the video, but it's there. And I watch videos, I think it's ESC Tom, Shane at Shane's Eurovision Review, The Peace Around. There's a whole bunch of people out there making great Eurovision-related content, and their channels are growing quite quickly. And I've been subscribed to them, watching their content for a long time. I'm not just those three, but a whole bunch of people. And I think they're just better at talking about the songs, the contests, saying what they really feel, whereas I ramble for the ages. And I don't know, some people might enjoy that, some people might think, for God's sake, hurry up. Certainly I've watched back videos of mine and I think, my God, why am I talking so much? You know, this video could be a hell of a lot shorter. But it is what it is. The main thing with my channel, and you've probably been waiting for me to mention this, it's the quality. And I really didn't know whether to talk about this much or not, but here we are. The reason the quality is so bad is because my computer is so old. It is about 11 or 12 years old. It's a laptop. I'm filming on my webcam, and that's the way it's always been. I don't have a fancy camera. I don't have a high-tech computer. I'd love one, but I haven't got one. Now, you're probably thinking, why don't you have one? Because of the dent it would put in the finances. Now, you might be thinking, hang on a moment, computers aren't that expensive if you know where to look. Correct, you would be right. But the current situation I'm in could be a hell of a lot healthier. And as much as I do want and need a new computer, for example, half the keys on the keyboard are a little bit stuck, if you know what I mean, just because it's so old. But every time I think about buying one, I just think, hang on a moment, that's quite a bit of money going out of my bank account. Can I justify that cost? I don't know, it's really difficult. I'm not going to go into this too much, but I've just not bought a new computer or a fancy camera or something like that because of the cost of it. But I definitely need to get one soon. And it doesn't even need to be something terribly fancy. It just needs to have a good quality webcam, better than the one I've currently got. And I'll feel a hell of a lot better making videos moving forwards. The motivation and energy for this, for the blog, for other stuff as well, will come back, I'm sure. And this is where I feel really awkward now, because I know you can set up pages online where people donate money and you put it towards improving your YouTube channel or improving whatever it is. I don't even remember the name of the website. Just Give Me, or Patreons as well. There is Patreon. Loads of people have that. And I have thought a little bit about creating something like that. But my God, asking people for money is a bit dodgy, I think. Absolutely. Then again, look at all of those people with their spicy sites. People are throwing money at that. But this is obviously very different. And I don't know. I want to know people's thoughts on whether it's a good idea to set something like that up. This channel is so small, I would not expect a single soul to donate any sort of money. But what I would tell you right now is that money would 100% be put towards a new machine solely for enhancing the quality, the overall aesthetic of my YouTube content. It would not be used for anything else. I highly doubt it. But I do feel dodgy about setting something like that up. I don't think I'd ever, you know, get people donating money. I wouldn't expect it, and I wouldn't want to go on about it either, even though it would be sitting there and I'd be waiting for it to go up and hoping that, you know, it would be nice to reach whatever target it is. And then, anyway, I'm starting to ramble big time here. I feel really cruddy about it, but I don't know. It might be a nice idea, it might be a terrible idea. Do let me know, because I have comments every now and then saying the quality's rubbish, it looks like you're filming in 2005, And then some people say, actually, I like the old school style of your videos, even though there's a lot of lag and what have you. And I apologise for it in every video because it is irritating. Believe me, I'm watching myself right now. There is no lag, and yet when I upload videos, it's a bit laggy. I don't know why that is, but it is what it is. Anyway, that's a big issue with my channel, and I don't know. I need a new computer. I could buy one myself, but as I've already said, I don't know whether I could really justify splashing all of that cash in one go. Oh man. Oh man. Anyway, I don't think I have much else to say here. The future of this channel, I will still be uploading videos. The quality will hopefully improve at some point. If you have video suggestions, I'm always happy to hear them. I'm happy to take those ideas on board. If you want me to change the style of my videos moving forwards, let me know. If you'd like me to react to not necessarily an individual song, but if you'd like me to react to several songs in one video, let me know. I'd just be sitting here with my headphones on, you know, sitting like this as I usually do. But if you want something like that, let me know. And if you'd like me to make videos about other content as well, let me know. I did mention this a long time ago and then I sort of forgot about it, but it would be nice maybe to talk about other things on my channel, but I don't really know if anybody would be interested. And when you don't get, you know, 100 views in a week, to me that's a little bit disheartening. But I'd like to make videos maybe about my original work, maybe about other music or books. I've got loads of books here, there, everywhere. Maybe sport. I've got the athletics on right now. Maybe I could talk about that. I could talk about the football, even though I'm not a huge hardcore football fan either. But I'm letting you have a say here, absolutely. And I really didn't know how to construct this video or word it properly. But long story short, that is the situation with my channel and other social media pages at the moment. And moving forwards, I would like things to improve significantly. I'd love to do collaboration videos. I think that could be a lot of fun. A podcast, I've thought about that, but would anybody really give much of a crap? I don't know. There's probably other podcasts out there that are better and would be better than anything I ever come up with. I don't know. Really, I would like to just embrace the contest a little bit more, but also keep distant from it. I've said this before. Like, I have never been to a pre-party, and I'm not sure that's ever going to happen, because I'm not confident enough to travel to one. Like, I know there's one in London, but that's a whole other story, which we're not going to get into now. But it's a lot to do with solo travel and confidence, and I suppose to some extent money as well, but that whole thing is more confidence related. I know I've touched on it in the past, but the reason that hasn't happened is because of the confidence more than anything else, and also because I just don't think I'd actually enjoy it that much. I like having a bit of a distance from the contest, but at the same time I would like to embrace it more when it comes around. And take the Eurovision Village earlier this year. That would not have happened by myself. So if it wasn't for my good friend Peter, it wouldn't have happened. So there we go. I think that's all I've really got to say. I'd love to go to Sweden next year. My God, I'd love to go to Malmö. But it ain't happening. And it pains me to say that, because I'd love to go, and I'd love to film content, and I'd love to be at a screening, or in the Malmö Arena next May, and filming my live reaction to the results as they come in the arena where it's happening right in front of me. I'd love to do that at some point in the future. I could have done it this year had I managed to get tickets for the live final, but I just don't know if it's ever going to happen. And that's disappointing, but it is what it is. And I'm really starting to go off on a tangent here that's not really relevant at all. But anyway, let me know your thoughts on anything I've discussed in today's video, and I will be back soon with another Eurovision related video. I am going to be having a break from the end of next week to the week after, because I'm actually away. But then I will be trying to sit down and film some more Eurovision related content. Those video ideas that I mentioned earlier, or other stuff, and feel free to leave suggestions. Until next time, thank you for watching. Let me know what you think. Apologies for the quality as always, Take care of yourselves, and bye for now.